Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and welcome back to Rogue Tower. This is going to be episode number 2 of our new Let's Play series. I've really enjoyed this game thus far, and I'm excited to get into more. First off, thank you for all the likes, comments in those, the first look and the first episode here of the series. It's really helping to take it off. This being the third part is kind of that final piece to really set the groundwork to allow the algorithm to do something with it to help pick it up and get it out there. So if you don't mind, drop down below, click that like button real quick, and give it that little boost. If you want, leave an algorithm comment as well, as that really does help go a long ways to get this out there to the wider community. And if you're liking what you see here, it's gonna set it up to be a long-term series. That's the key. First 3 episodes. Alright, let's go ahead and get back into the gameplay. With some obvious bonuses to the houses here, as I've gone and changed my headphones as the battery was dying on those. I'm going to throw out my ballistas surrounding this and hope that our range is sufficient. We've only been doing about 3, but in terms of spacing, there's room for 4 here, so let's get those 4 surrounding that and hope that we're at least okay in covering these areas. We'll start by expanding this way because it's obviously a little bit better protected, but we should get those bonuses help us to gain gold that little bit faster. Look at this one on the high point here. Oof. That is getting awfully close in. Yeah, we definitely need to get some towers out beyond there. Nice little +3 out there. In fact, I like this spot as well. We'll add a couple in. I've discovered that just one really doesn't quite cut it. We do need to get a little bit further down that rabbit hole. About 2 per area, so we have kind of 3 base, and now 2 out this way. We have 2 out this way. We'll try to get 2 out this way once we've unlocked and see where that takes us. It's all experimentation until we find a system, a rhythm that works, and so far so good. Okay, fortification 1, main tower's health by 3. That's certainly a good thing, but I like damage to health, damage to shields, shield, armor, then health. So no, not the shield. Let's start with the health. Okay, we need to get ballistas here. I think I'll put 1 now, and then we'll add 1 in into this next zone as well. That +2 spot, not bad, but certainly do better. Like right there. Oof, just getting that one out. Those guys, not a problem. So far, so good. I'm happy. I'm happy with how things are going up to this point. Let's go ahead and expand out this way. We'll get another one here. Okay, we're getting into that armor, and already they're approaching the tower. As we have no answer for that. You can see just how much longer it takes to get that armor out. And 4 of them get in on us already. That's less than ideal. Absolutely less than ideal. Gold is okay-ish. It's not great, but if we put 1 here, I think it might cover both and give us that little bit more to what's going on. Let's also get into these outer ones, like that one, and do that little upgrade to armor. Little upgrade going. Do the same out here. Okay. Alright, we still have that little bit of gold, but ballistas are now suddenly expensive. This is not looking good at the moment. That definitely hurt a bit. That definitely hurt. Boy, that was only level 6. Damage to health. Gain slow. Slow is certainly good. We don't need to gain mana right now when we're not even using it. So the frost bolts or the increased health damage. You know what? Let's take the increased health damage. We've got to make those kills faster. That's slow. It's only 5%. Alright. We do need the extra gold though. So let's get... Can I not even afford... I can't even afford another one right now. Ouch. Okay, get that armor, and let's expand that way, since that's the way that we've been opening up here lately. You know, they do level up a little bit on their own, it looks like. So that's one thing to keep an eye out on. This is getting ugly. It's getting ugly. We're about to die, aren't we? Wow. Wow, we did not last long. Okay, well, 63 XP is better than nothing. Remember, we are playing on the high difficulty, and we're playing on the high setting of coming in from 3 different directions, so you might be surviving a little bit longer on your playthroughs than I am at this stage. But with those extra challenges, we definitely level up a bit faster in terms of the XP. We have 157 to spend at this stage, which is enough to get the university when placed near an assault shrine. This building can be used to fund research to knowledge giving global. You know what? I don't know how that's going to work out, but let's find out. Let's find out. We'll get it into play. If that means more XP faster, I'm down for that, because right now we're dying early and often anyway. We might as well have some long-term benefits. Alright, so we have our first 5 towers surrounding 2 houses in the zone. It's also 5 towers, so that's a little bit extra as to what's going on here. We've been between 3 and 6 throughout, and that's towards that higher end, but that's going to give us a little more protection on the inside, but it also means we're already on the higher end spending-wise. So let's hope that does work in our favor. Now, in terms of expansion, really this is pretty neutral on where it could be. We're fairly well covered. We can go any direction we want. Okay, our gold production is going to be very high. That Tesla coil, somebody mentioned that it has area of effect, which means it's going to get more than one enemy at the same time. And that has a set of benefits that the ballista does not have, and can be very valuable to us. Let's give that a shot and kind of see where that places us. Now, it's expensive. We can't actually afford any upgrades right now. But if we can get through these next few rounds unscathed, all of this extra gold that we're going to get from having these towers surrounding these houses should pay off for us a bit. Now, we don't want to expand that way, as we don't have any protection at range. This is straight on, so that's actually a short route. This one is the furthest out right now, so we'll go from there. Okay, that was good. And now we have enough for a Tesla coil. And we seem to be wrapped around this spot, so that's probably a good place to put that one. Which means, do I want to continue to expand that way, or let's get a little further out here. Take use of the extra range. We have 5 ballistas right there. That should amount to something. Yeah, there's that area of effect. You can see how 2 of them were already. And now we start to get in trouble as they get into the armor piercing. No mortar yet. That's what we really need to start taking those down. But upgrading these ballistas could certainly help with that. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's do that now. Let's get these guys going on some extra armor piercing. Those are a little too close to home. These ones should be... Now, how are you looking in that department? What is your... One. Okay. Well, now it's a 2. And with only 38 gold, expand. Uh-oh. Oh gosh, now they're coming from multiple ways. Oh, they're getting straight in on this side. Wow, we are really struggling to deal with them other than down this area. That Tesla coil's absolutely helping us out. There's the mortar. Small amount of mana, but we only have 14, so that's probably not a good thing. And we would need this to really make use of that. So the mortar, 200 gold, and we don't quite have 200 just yet, do we? Okay, well, expansion seems to be more likely valuable through these areas. Let's go ahead and take this one, and then that one I suppose will be our next couple. Ooh, hello, portal. Beginning entry area. That's the first we've seen of that. So we already lose some more. Come on, get them. There you go. Do we have 200 now? We do have 200. Let's get that mortar in place. We finally have something to at least help with the armor a bit. Come on. Too late on that one. Okay, well, we survived the level at least. We continue on for now. Mortar, your thing. Armor, very, very good. I don't need you to necessarily do damage to health. You are just wiping out that armor as fast as can be. And firing immediately and wiping out all that armor. Same over here. Oh gosh, they're already inside, and it's game over. We never went that way. We never protected that way. I dropped the ball on that one. I'm still collecting. I am still collecting gold. Okay. Well, I'll take that. The gold doesn't matter, but I'm guessing it accumulated a little more score. Did it not? Maybe not. Okay, well, 84 XP earned. You know, we actually started to go down the path that we needed and wanted, and my oh my, is that mortar ever important once you get past those first about 5 levels. The Tesla coil's nice and all, and believe me, it's nice, and these ballistas aren't that great. They really aren't that great. They can take care of that health, but they shoot one target alone, and once you get beyond health being the only factor, it's a real struggle. The mortar might not have done the damage per gold, but we just bought it. And its job is to wipe out that armor, and we saw that, right? We were just getting into it, but we saw it. That entire group, 3 of them had armor. All 3 of them lost their armor from one hit from that mortar. I should be able to get in and start changing the dynamics of how these towers are kind of set to operate. And let's see if we can find that. This time we've set a new record by having 7 towers placed nearby, because we had 4 houses surrounding the tower. So this is going to help generate a lot of extra gold. And here's our first instance of trying to focus a little bit more anyway on getting after some target priority. And we've got a few that are going to go after the ones that are near death, where the others are going after the front targets. That should help us in losing unnecessary health, right? You take out the easy target from at least a few towers perspective, and that one's not going to get inside, where it had, 1 health and something in front of it is loaded with armor, and both of them get in instead of just the one. Alright, so pushing my way very quickly through those first 3 levels was intentional because I have 7 towers surrounding our tower that we're protecting in the first place. So by doing so, it's getting us our first card just to see where that takes us. Sorcery, that is going to gain. Okay, we could gain a lot of mana, which could be useful. All towers gain crit chance equal to their level, but lose one. No. I don't want that right now. Siphon mana from crystals. Okay, well, let's get the sorcery 1, and we'll see where that takes us, because it looks like mana could very well be a thing now. Now it's +4 per second. So far, so good through 4 levels, and you can see that our mana is already jumped to a new high. Let's get one more tower out here and expand that way, since we'll at least have a little bit of protection. But we're now into armor for the first time. That's gonna hurt. Those 2 are probably gonna get through. Maybe one of them. They didn't go after the low health one like they should have. 3 of these towers should have been attacking the one with the low health, and they opted not to. They still went after the first one. Do I need to maybe change that across the board? Near death, near death, near death. They still seem to opt. Oh, maybe that has to do with health, armor, shield. Possible. Anyway, the mana is already at 120. Don't want to spend too much here, but we need some protection at the very least. That one definitely hurt a little bit. Damage to health. This is not kind of what I wanted. I was hoping for a mortar, hoping for a Tesla coil, something to give us a little more. Let's get that puppy out here and let's do some upgrades on this thing. That's going to be a dangerous area coming in. 150. It looks like we're stuck now with these guys. We're going to have to do what we can with them. So we need to expand this way because we need to open up this gap a little bit. We have no protection in close, and it's going to be really hard to protect without opening it up. So let's open it up. Let's see just what I'm talking about here, as that got really dangerous really fast, and they got in close early and often, and we're down to 4 health. Even after that push, I think we're going to need more here. Okay, 73 gold. That's going to have to do for now. Let's open this one up a little bit further. Will we survive another level? Guessing no. It's not looking good at the moment. 3. One of those got through from that wave. And we will survive another level if we can get one of them. And we got one. We got one. Exactly the number we needed. 3 of those were encroaching. We killed 1. So our mana upgrade has done us no good whatsoever, as we have not gotten the necessary item to go any further. Let's get another tower out here, and then we will expand this way. But this is gonna be it. This is it. See ya later. see just how poor they were with the armor damage. That's something that really hurts us. Those ballistas themselves just aren't enough. Alright, well, better bolts does damage to armor. That's going to at least give us something. And so we're going to spend that one. Okay, well, the same risky move that I did last time when we had 7 towers and worked out just fine then. With only 4 towers, not enough. Okay, lesson learned on that one. Again, experimentation. Gaining range on ballistas is probably a good thing, so we'll take that. And then we definitely need to get some towers out there. It's nice to have them in the +3 range, but it's also nice to have the bonus gold, so we'll put one down there, we'll put one up here, and let's get one over here. Wow, that was close. We are back to 10 on the health though, so starting to understand the leveling system a little bit. It does level up on its own. It gains XP on its own as time goes by. You can level it up faster by spending gold, hence the cost varying. And you can see it's got a little bit of XP because we just spawned it last time. So right now, instead of costing 10, it costs 9 because it's made it past that first 10%. This cost 10 because we haven't done anything. We haven't done any damage to armor at this stage. Boy, oh boy. We didn't stop any of them. Down to 5 health already. It's not helping that we have straight line shot on 2 of these paths, and then we're a little shorter on ballistas by 1 or 2 compared to where we are on some of the other playthroughs at this stage. But yeah, that straight line shot really not helping us out. You can see how quickly they're getting straight at us. And we're dead. We need a little bit more of a winding path. So somewhat down to being unlucky on our draw in terms of the tiles. And somewhat lack of ballista placement. But that straight shot really hurt. I mean, look at their damage per gold is ridiculously low this time. Normally that's up around 15 to 18. It's under 8. Five levels, down 3 health. That's not our greatest start, but it's certainly better than last time around. We've already matched where we progressed to, and a lot of that is down to this thing winding around a bit. I've got a couple more towers down than I had, but we still have a decent amount of gold at the moment. And we're very much still in play to get a little further than we did last time. like this is going to do it. We're not going to get through this one. Our local tower defense, those 4 towers are just not doing the job. You can see that overall damage was certainly better than that last round where we died very early, but still not our normal either. And we certainly had done some upgrades, but you have to be, if you go over the top, you're not going to have what you need as you get into these later levels. You'll get through those first few levels, but you run out of gold. So you have to be somewhat cautious, is what I'm noticing through that experimentation, but it's very easy when we have limited capability to be overly cautious and then catch yourself out and die pretty early on, which we've seen the last couple of times. This is more for the sake of completion than it actually doing us any good right now, but I'm going to go ahead and get the better bolts on shield damage. That completes ballistas. So that's more of an OCD thing than anything, because we haven't gotten to the stage yet where we're even dealing with shields. So that was a very unnecessary upgrade. Blast me in the comments if you would like, but that was an OCD thing. I only have 78 gold because we've been putting down too many towers to try to make sure we get to the levels we're on, and now we can't do, well, anything. And we don't have any houses on this draw, so we had an unlucky draw there, and we're dead. So unlucky draw with no houses to generate extra gold meant really that wasn't more towers than what we normally have. It was a little bit more. I put 6 around the base tower, but we were only adding 1 per tile as we went along. But we were already into the ballistas getting quite expensive. We didn't have that many upgrades on them, but without that bonus that you get from having them near houses, we had one tower near a house, and that was definitely not placed initially. That hurt us quite a bit, because again, here's the ballistas only doing 9 damage per gold. Okay, so now that I've played a few episodes, if you count the first look, that's been long enough to now say there's one more thing that I really like about this game. It can be frustrating, but it gives it a lot of replayability. We're dying and dying and dying, but I'm hungry to keep after it and do more and get more. And what I mean by this one is this card system. Excuse me. Drawing these random cards. Getting 3 to choose from, and I think I noticed somewhere in there where that you can turn that into 4 options. And I think that might be a valuable choice to pick up, because as we unlock more cards, it's harder and harder to get what you need. What we need is that mortar card early. More than anything else, it looks like. And we're not getting it. The extra damage to health certainly helps on those ballistas, because those ballistas, we've got them all over the place and we need them to be effective. But this card system gives you a different playthrough every single time. Depending on what you draw, it's going to completely alter how you go. So there's not one way to go. There's not rinse, repeat, do the same thing every single time. And I love that. I love that about this game. It's a challenge, the way I've got it set up at least. I'm not playing on easy. I want it to be challenging. I want it to be hard. I want it to take us a while to build up. And it's doing that. It's doing that for us. It's not that this game's impossible. We're just playing on the hardest difficulty, and we are very low level. We haven't unlocked much. We need to build up that XP. But it allows us to do so. It's not like we're getting 2 XP per playthrough, and then you have to play 1,000,000 times. It's giving us enough XP to make upgrades, to develop, to grow, to change, to to see where this game's going to take us. And I like it for that. I appreciate it for that. And I like that this card system varies literally every playthrough. I like that the random draw on the board gives you a different playthrough every time. We saw that a couple rounds ago where that straight shot straight to the tower, that was really hard to defend because there's nothing wrapping around. There's nothing slowing them down by nature. We would have had to have done it artificially through some sort of upgrade, and we just weren't there yet. And therefore, we died early. It's good to see. It's good to see. There's a lot of factors that go into whether you're going to have success, like the last one, as we'll point out one final thing here, where we only had one house show up on the board at all, and therefore we weren't getting that bonus gold, so that when we did get something we needed in the mortar, we couldn't afford it. I like it. I like that it's doing that to us. Better draws make the game a little easier sometimes, but there's absolutely harder draws that are going to make it a challenge and cause you to die early and die often, as we did today. We got some difficult draws today compared to what we got in those first couple of episodes. That is going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe. See you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.